Today we will discuss about biodata making. Generally, biodata making refers to the process of making any biodata, CV or resume. There are a lot of words used interchangeable because these words convey same meaning, whether it is CV, resume or biodata. But there is a little difference between these words. Like CV and resume nowadays is a trend. But biodata is in your syllabus, and biodata making means you should know about the literal meaning of biodata. Biodata means biographical details. The literal meaning of biodata is biographical detail. Mostly it's a part of employment communication, and mostly job applicants or job seekers use biodata for getting a job, or is used as an instrument of providing complete and comprehensive information about an individual or about a candidate. It's personal information about his profession, his education, his background, his personality, his skills, his activities, his honors, hobbies, etc. So it's a complete or brief summary about a candidate who seeks jobs in a company, or who apply for any position or any post. So it's a main tool and it's used as an instrument or like medium for conveying an individual whole or complete information in a very proper way. In getting a job, it plays an important role or a vital role, because if your biodata is good, then it creates a good impression upon the employer. And if your biodata is bad, then it creates a bad impression upon the employer. So a good biodata can get us job or gets us shortlisted, but a bad biodata can lead to the rejection of our claim to the position. So it must be very effective. And nowadays, in the world of scientific or technological development, it is impressive and it is used in employment communication. So there are a lot of importance and uses of biodata in employment communication. So these are the uses and importance of biodata making. Like, it reflects the individual personality, his goals, his career objectives and aspiration. Next, it presents a complete summary or a brief summary about an individual, or you can say candidate. And it highlights the candidate potential or fitness for this post or for this position. And the main and very important use of biodata making is this, that it persuades the employer to call the candidate for personal interview. So it motivates the employer and it creates a good impression upon the employer so that he may call the candidate for interview. So these are the importance and uses of biodata making. Next, the characteristics of biodata making. How the biodata should be. These are the characteristics of a good biodata making. Like, use of specific details. Means good biodata should include only specific details or necessary details, and it should avoid the unnecessary points or unnecessary details. Next characteristics is your biodata should be factual, complete and objective. It should be comprehensive and complete in itself, and no unnecessary point or no important point should be omitted in your biodata, because it's very necessary for biodata making that your important points should be included in this biodata, and your biodata information should be correct. Which facts you have included in your biodata should be correct, and the form of your biodata should be objective. The next characteristics is you should arrange the details of biodata in a very proper or in a sequence. Because if your biodata is properly arranged and in a very good manner or coherent manner, that it creates a good impression. And the next characteristics is you should include references of some persons related to your life and your profession in your biodata. These references may be 2 or 3. The next characteristics is you should take care of your spelling, grammar or punctuation while you make a biodata. Because if there are a lot of mistakes in your spellings, grammars, punctuation, then it creates a bad impression upon the employer. So these are the characteristics that you should follow while making a biodata, and these are the characteristics of a good biodata, and these are the necessary points you should have remembered while making a good biodata. Next, what are the parts? What are the essential elements you should follow while making a biodata? These are the essential parts of a biodata making. As you know that there is no fixed design of biodata making. So these are the basic, or you can say essential parts of biodata which are used in any design and in any style of biodata making. So these are the necessary points. First one, heading. Your biodata starts from this part. This is heading. This includes the information about the person, his personal detail, like his name, address, PIN code, telephone number, fax number, email address, etc. The whole information about the personal, which included in personal detail, are under the category of heading. Then the next point is positive sort, or you can say job title. Means if you are applying for a solicit job, then it's a necessary point. But if you are applying for an unsolicited job, then it's not necessary. So this point is optional. You can use it or you can't use it. It depends on the requirements of your post, and it depends on the requirement of the company or the job. And the third point is career objectives. Means what are the objectives of your career? For what you are applying in this particular job? What are the aim or what are the objectives of your applying for this particular job? Like, if you want to achieve some excellence in particular field, then you can mention the particular objective in the category, in the part of career objectives, like achieving excellence in computer programming. Then fourth part of your biodata making is education. It includes all the information about your or about a candidate's education. What is educational qualification? These details are included in this points. Like, and you arrange the educational details in a chronological or reverse chronological order. Like, first degree, university or here you get your education and then division or grade or marks in this category. So you should arrange the educational detail or educational qualification in a reverse chronological order. Then the next point of your biodata making is a work experience or professional experience. It also includes the details about your professional experience. If you are in a job in any company, then you should mention your experience, how much experienced you are. You should mention this point in this part, work experience, and it should be in a reverse chronological order like education part. Like serial number, designation name, then company name, then pay scale. You should mention all the details related to your professional experience in this part. Then next part is we will further discuss about professional skills, because nowadays it's the main focus of your biodata. You can say resume or CV. The main focus of your biodata should be on professional skill according to some style of biodata making. So it's a very important point of your biodata making nowadays especially. So this includes your professional skills. Like if you are expert in any skills related to your position and for this particular job or professional, then these are called professional skills. Like you are expert in computer programming, data processing. So these points should be mentioned in this part. Like etc. Then the next point is activities, interest and hobbies. If you are expert in other activities except these skills, then you can mention these activities or your personal interest or hobbies. If these hobbies and interests and activities related to this particular job, then you should mention these activities in this part of biodata making. Like activities, interest and hobbies, like extracurricular activities, and if you are expert in any game like football, cricket, then you should mention these details in this point or in this part. Then the next part is honor, reward and achievements. If you have any achievements, whether it is academic, non-academic or professional, then you can mention these details in honor, reward and achievement, like distinction certificate or any other certificate or scholarship. These achievements are included in this part. Then the next point is references. If some great personality related to your profession or related to your education know you well, then you should you can mention these details about that particular personality in this part related to your education, like your teachers, or related to your profession like manager, director. So you should mention these personality in this part called references. You should refer or you should give reference of those persons with his full address, telephone number or PIN code, etc. details. So this part includes the details about the person who knows you well and related to your profession or education. Then we should have to focus on the styles of biodata making. How should you make your biodata? In which style you should adopt while biodata making? So these points should have remembered while making a biodata. So you should have focused on the styles of biodata making. Especially there are three styles, popular styles in biodata making. The style should be in chronological order or maybe functional and maybe combination or hybrid style. These three styles include all the parts or the general or essential parts of biodata making, but the order of mentioning details is somehow different in each particular style. The arrangement or the sequence of these parts may be different in chronological order or functional or hybrid or combination style. So it depends on the time, or you can say it depends on the requirements of the employer or the job applicant. So in chronological order, like you mention your education and work experience in a reverse chronological order. This is the most common style of biodata making, and mostly people use this style in biodata making. It's very appropriate and I think very commonly used by any applicant. So this is very effective and you can say very common style of biodata making in an order or in a sequence. Then functional. In functional style, the main focus of this style on your skills or work experience rather than your personal details or your education. So this style is also very impressive and very effective, and these both functional and hybrid combination style are nowadays in trend. And the hybrid and combination style focuses on the professional skills, work experience and education. It first prefers the professional skills, then work experience, professional experience, then education. So the focusing point of these styles may be different, but these three styles include also all details, all essential details of biodata making or all the parts of biodata making. So your biodata should be very effective and very impressive, so that the employer can call you and may call you for your interview. And your biodata making should answer the many questions about an individual and about an applicant. So you have to follow these steps while you